Today we're riding from Nashville, Tennessee to Bowling Green, Kentucky. This dedicated day was submitted by Crystal Hampshire in honor of Miss Lacey.
I dedicate today to Miss Lacey, who instilled in my heart a passion for those who have Alzheimer's disease. In college, I needed a part-time job and applied at a local nursing facility in my hometown, Cleveland, Mississippi. This is where I met Miss Lacey. Miss Lois Lacey was a resident in the nursing facility. She definitely made a huge impact in my life. She was the reason I chose to be a geriatric social worker. Each day I look forward to checking in on Miss Lacey. I grew fond of our chats, and eventually it was just one of my favorites. She made me laugh and taught me about Alzheimer's in a way that was unique in my perspective. I was seeing Alzheimer's through the cloud of her thoughts and emotions, if that makes any sense. I learned about the disease not in book format but in person. Day by day, working with Miss Lacey taught me so much. I loved her dearly. She brought me joy in telling stories of her past. She didn't always remember all of the parts to her stories, but that never mattered. We would sit in her little room. She would be in one chair, and I would sit directly across from her in another. At times, we just moved on from thought to thought, her doing most of the talking. Oh, what a delight it was to capture her excitement in her own stories. Most days, her past memories would float and weave in and out as we visited with one another. She was a teacher by nature who loved to share, even when she couldn't recall every detail of what she wanted you to know. She was very big on manners, and as a Mississippi Southern, she obviously saw manners as a big deal. Alzheimer's didn't take that from her. She had 3 beautiful daughters who I had the joy of getting to know. Miss Lacey loved her daughters big, and they loved on her. We had days where Miss Lacey would prefer to just sit, and days she would critique and be full of short stories or lessons she needed to teach me. Sometimes letting me know her thoughts about my nail polish choice. She was not a fan of red polish. She thought red polish was too slow for a girl my age, 19 at the time. Lots of days she brought joy to my life. She had tough days as well. Those days where her memories didn't come together and I wouldn't find my sweet Miss Lacey in a fit. By then, she and I had a system of working well together. I would get a call sometimes late in the evening and would come up and sit with her. I would do my best to try to bring her back to a calm mood. My goal was to always try and diffuse the state she was in, the hard moments that came with memory impairment, like being stuck in the elevator and pushing a button but nothing ever happens. You're trying to get to the next floor, and yet you don't remember why or even where you're going. You just keep pushing the button until you become upset and frustrated at times. I learned a lot about dementia from the joy moments and the rough ones. It was sad to me the role Alzheimer's played in her day-to-day emotions. It broke my heart, but it also made me want to help her more and help others. Miss Lacey put a desire in my heart to work with those who experience memory impairment. I worked for 20 years in long-term care facilities and also in memory care assisted living facilities. She will always have a special place in my heart, and I am grateful to have met her. One word to describe Miss Lacey would be joy. Our family is proud to support Bike for Alls this summer. Miss Lacey, who is now in heaven, left a legacy in my heart forever. So much so I named my youngest daughter after her. I know Miss Lacey would adore my own Lacey May. My gratitude for you, Miss Lacey, is beyond measure. I will always cherish you, Crystal. Thank you, Bike for Alls, for doing your part in helping to find a cure for Alzheimer's and letting us join you in our efforts.
If you'd like to submit a dedicated day, visit our website at bikeforalls.org and look under the dedicated day tab. Thank you. One try.
I was starting.